Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever any of you guys might be. It is Nuka Johnny here, and today we are going to be visiting a campsite of mine. This is going to be the first camp showcase that I have, and today we are looking at my Blue Ridge warehouse. It is oddly, I think, one of my larger camps, and it's very unique in terms of the things that I've done in the past. And didn't mean to do that. And yeah, well, we'll get on into it, and I'll explain things as I go. All right. Well, first things first. If we're gonna do a Blue Ridge caravan camp, obviously what has to be here is a Brahmin. Unfortunately, the Chinese Liberator bots don't like my Brahmin, and they keep attacking my camp for the sole purpose of killing my floating wall scaling Brahmin. And that's fine. That's really, if that's their prerogative, I'll just shoot them dead every time. Anywho, let's go back around to the front here. I did keep my Collectron out because I just love the Collectron. So he doesn't really fit. He's just here. He's an extra. As you can see from the front side, I created what I could to the best of my ability be two loading bay doors. The Blue Ridge truck that we just came into the shop this week was a wonderful addition. However, for some reason, if I try to put it in this second spot here, it floats about 3 feet off the ground and it does not look good at all. So I opted to use the concrete truck, one, because I like getting free concrete. Who doesn't like getting free concrete? And two, maybe they're doing some work on the inside. Maybe they were pouring concrete in there, or an unfortunate wastelander. Who knows, really? I don't know. I just work here, man. Anyway, let's go on inside. All right, as soon as you enter here, you can see a couple of things. You can see I put some Blue Ridge outfits on display. There's the flag. I'm using the new Blue Ridge set in its entirety. I have the wallpaper mixed with pieces of non-wallpapered Blue Ridge stuff, and then I'm using the loading bay floor because it is just such a nice floor. It's clean, and I don't mean clean like literally clean. I mean clean as in, wow, it looks great. But let's take a look around. Couple of posters here for decoration, but not too much. I put the Blue Ridge Securitrons around the warehouse to kind of give it a lively feel, as if they're working here. They're automated and they're doing their job. And then on top of that, I also stacked a bunch of stuff on these shelves. There's crates around. There's a Blue Ridge container here with all the barrels and the crates and a mattress, it looks like. I wish we could actually get some of these as loose camp items to put around. And then over here we have a fusion cord recharger, and then just decoration, just clutter, make it look like the warehouse is active and full of stuff that needs to be shipped out and worked on. There's even a forklift here for aesthetic purposes because there's always a forklift in a warehouse. Let's be honest here. I hate driving forklifts, by the way. All right, let's venture on over here. We're gonna go into the workshop area. I did the double door for some reason. I don't know why. It just felt right to me. I also did put two of these Blue Ridge hidden doors on these, but I decided to not do that because I didn't feel like Blue Ridge would use that to connect every single room inside their warehouse. Excuse me. And here we have our workshop. Instead of the loading bay floor, I used the white spring floor. I kind of like how I was walking around the white spring the other day, and I really liked how it looked in conjunction with the rest of the white spring and the workbenches and everything like that. So I used it here in combination with the Blue Ridge and wallpapered and non-wallpapered one. And as you can see, we have all of our crafting stations in here, and then just decorations kind of littered about. I do like throwing plushies everywhere, so that's just on me. Don't worry about that. And then obviously I opted for the dual power armor stations. I really like the idea of having multiple power armor stations. The Brotherhood of Steel Pridwin setup area in Fallout 4 was one of my favorite zones to craft in. However, I did not like going through multiple loading screens, and I don't like the idea of going through multiple loading screens here to use a shelter, so I tried to do it the best I could outside in the real world. We even have a spare piece of Blue Ridge power armor on display here inside the V63 display case. I do hope we get some more display cases that maybe look a little bit different. I was going to use the Brotherhood of Steel one, but then I saw it had the Brotherhood logo on the sides, and, well, the Blue Ridge wouldn't have that. And then you see we've got all of our plans. We've got all of the things that Blue Ridge people might have just stored away somewhere, including an ammo converter and then a minigun, because if you're going to jump with the power armor, you need to grab a heavy weapon and jump into the battle, right? I mean, come on. Behind the workshop, we have a small greenhouse. I put vines on all of the windows, and then in here is all of our chemistry crafting stations, some of the crops that I use for foods that I make, and then the hanging tires. You've got vines on the windows, you've got nuclear planters, and then in the center is the Strangler Heart armor, wonderfully illuminated by the very dull hue of the sunken power armor display stand. I'm not sure the name, but it looks very Strangler Hardy and it works together. So I was like, that's perfect. You know, that's great. And then obviously we had to put the carnivorous plant here because, I mean, come on, look at that thing. Look at that. He's smiling. He's happy to be in the video. He's got a face that was made for TV. And then we'll just venture back over into the warehouse here. As you can see, you've got one little check-in desk. Maybe that's where like the floor supervisor works. I'm not entirely sure. But we do know he's drinking on the job from this adorable Marshall Mellow Stein. Behind the warehouse is the manager's office. If there was going to be a manager somewhere in the Blue Ridge, he would be sitting in plain sight, hidden behind everything, and I feel this was wildly appropriate. We've got a very nice office set up here with an Enclave innuendo, hidden Easter egg thing, because, you know, maybe he's with the Enclave, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's in Caravans and Conspiracies. Find out in the first episode that's coming out soon. And then the rest of the stuff, honestly, some of it doesn't really fit. The pemmican stuff is not really lore friendly. I don't think that should be in here, but I need to grab my pemmican when I'm doing expeditions. So, you know, there's that. We've got a communist safe here because I really like the size of that safe versus the regular safe, and then a map of Shenandoah because the Blue Ridge does have an interest in Shenandoah, and maybe this was some sort of base where they were plotting a takeover or an expansion. It fits. I think it works. I think it was a good addition here. And then the centerpiece, I think, for this is the Blue Devil head above the fireplace, because the Blue Devil seems to haunt the Blue Ridge Caravan wherever it goes. I don't know why. I wonder if there's a lore reason for that. If there is, I don't know it. And then on your way out, if you really have some trouble on the warehouse floor, you can grab the Blue Ridge Caravan lever action rifle and, you know, deal with the trying to unionize workers as you see fit. Unions here in the Blue Ridge Caravan? Absolutely not. But this is my warehouse. It is one of my more unique projects. I've never actually seen a warehouse of sorts done in Fallout 76. And then I just kind of added on from there. You know, like I decided to put the greenhouse there at the last minute because I needed more space to put my chemistry stuff and then some crops. The office I thought felt natural, and then it allowed me to put my resource generators in here so I can grab my tea, I can grab my coffee, I can grab some food, as well as wood to throw back into my stash box. And it's a very nice structure, I feel like. I'm very excited by, you know, being able to use it. And that's really it. If you go outside, you can see the structure. I used the Blue Ridge Caravan set with the pit roofing. I thought the pit roofing was perfect because of the spikes on top. That is very Blue Ridge Caravan-y. And then the stacks on the side of the warehouse, as well as the chimney protruding out where the office is. It was a very fun build to do. It was very fun to build to do. It took me overall about 11 hours. And yeah, no, that's really it. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want to see any builds, if you want to, you know, suggest a theme for me to build on, please let me know. We did do a Pioneer Scout 1 the other day for my stream, and we have plenty more to do. We'll never run out of camps to build here in Fallout 76. And until next time, guys, hang in there, be safe, and remember, be kind to those in the wasteland. Nuka Johnny, signing out.